about sponsoring again? Yes! Because sponsoring and team building is going to be key for you to move forward, as well as make sure, thank you, Jeff, make sure you are on the trip, because there's lots of points. And we heard feedback from you guys all last year that, you know what, the toughest part was the sponsoring and team building. So we want to make sure that you have all the tools that you need to move forward to earn the trip, and not just earn the trip, but build a long-term sustainable business full of residual income.
Yes.
Who's up for that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So let's get started. See, it takes two components. There's two components to sponsoring. One component is will, and the next component is skill. So let's look at what those are. Will is the faculty by which a person decides and initiates action. Two key words. Decide, you got to make a decision, but making the decision doesn't get it, does it? No. What gets it? Action. Initiating the action. You know, lots of people say they want it, but they don't actually take the action to get what they need. That is a will issue. So let's look at what skill is. Skill is the ability to do something well. So do you think if you had skill but no will, how would your sponsoring go? Not well. Yeah, Joe's going to cry. So if you had will but no skill, how would your sponsoring go? Not very well either. So today, we're going to bring those two together and learn a little of both. So will is a mindset. Skill is an ability. So think about that term. Will is a decision, actually is required. Skill can be taught. Will requires initiative. Skill can be learned, taught and learned. So this is a skill is something anybody can have. The key word in will is taking action. And without skill, it means absolutely nothing. So I researched who the greatest sponsor of all time in Pachi ever was. I was surprised to find it was Amelia Earhart. No, not really. But I found a wonderful, wonderful quote from Amelia Earhart. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life and the procedure. The process is its own reward. So, what are some of the key words that pop out to you when you hear that quote? Kim, tenacity. What else? Act. What else? Decision. Reward. Process. Control. Change. Procedure. Leslie talked about the system, right? The system of sponsoring. So I could not find a quote that was any better than this, that had everything that you would need to have a will and skill of sponsoring. It starts with a dream. Your will for sponsoring starts with a dream. I would venture to say that 99%, maybe 99.99% of the problem with people who decide not to take action, or as as a result not have success is that they aren't in touch with their dream. They are not in touch with their why for doing this business. And some of you may still be looking exactly for your why. I don't mean a why like this, because I've heard this. Tell me about your why. I just love pets. I just want to do everything for pets. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because we all want that, right? I mean, my whole heart and soul is in this business because I love pets and I love people. And that's what our whole mission is about. But the why I'm talking about is even bigger than that. It's even bigger than that. It's how do you want to live your life? Rather than helping one pet at a time or a few pets at a time, maybe you want to make so much money that you can start rescues all over the country. Maybe you want to make so much money that you want to start some sort of nonprofit. Maybe you want to make so much money that you actually get to travel around and do all sorts of cool work. Maybe you want to make so much money that you get to just sit back and decide, what would I like to do today? What do I want to contribute today? Maybe I want to go on a trip. Cool. Is it okay for you guys to spend money on yourselves?
Yes. Oh yeah.
I want to hear that again, because sometimes talking to you guys, I'm not really sure. Is it okay for you to spend money on yourselves? Yes. Thank you. Let me just say that there has been no school, no rescue, no nonprofit, no church, no temple built without what? Money. We've got to sometimes work on our attitude around that as well. So I want you to think about, and we've done a lot of vision work. You guys are getting bombarded with vision work and dream work, and I love it because that tells you guys what is important. It's really important. This is not just about pottery. This is about your life. What do you want in your life? If time and money were not an issue at all in your life, you had all the time in the world, and you had all the money that you could ever need for anything, what would you do? What would your life be like? Give me some shout-outs.
Ireland.
Go to Ireland. I've heard that from you a whole bunch.
I'm going.
When are you going?
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it. Love it. Michael.
Give more money away to causes.
Give to who?
To people in need, to causes, to ministries.
To people in need, to causes, to ministries. Nikki.
I'm going to Ireland.
Go to Ireland.
Together.
All right. It sounds like you need a trip to Ireland. Maybe Pop Trip 2020.
Yes.
Stay in the castle. So what else? Anybody else? Carrie.
Cat rescue.
Cat rescue. Yes. So there's all sorts of things. See, money makes you more of what you already are. If you're a good person now, you're going to be even better when you have money. If you're a not so good person now, guess what? You're going to be an even more not so good person. Which nobody in here is. So it starts with a dream. Get in touch with your dream. 90% of your success is how you answer one question. Why? 90% of your success is will. Only 10% is skill. So what happens when you leave here? distractions. Somebody can read. That's so good. You leave, and everything starts bombarding you. You're back to life. Like here, you're in a little cocoon. We don't love each other. We don't have the same purpose. And then you get home, and you got your 9 to 5. You got your kids. You got your husband. You got all of these different demands, and they're distractions to your intentional life. They're distractions, and the worst distraction that you have is the 6 inches between your ears.
Yes.
It's the worst distraction because the 6 inches between your ears controls your life. It controls your decisions. It controls how you use your time. So think about what your thoughts are and take control. Listen to your self-talk. I hesitated to use the word loser here. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of mean. But you have loser talk and you have winner talk. And then I said, sometimes I learned from Leslie. Sometimes I gotta have some tough love. Right?
Yes.
Can I get an amen?
That's right.
So that's right. So you have loser talk and you have winner talk. Loser talk, they're proud. I'm not going to sponsor them because they probably won't be interested. Winner talk, I can help their dreams come true. You guys, I want you to write this down right now.
Right.
Be the blessing. Be the blessing. Somebody out there is waiting and dreaming and hoping for a way out. If you saw somebody in prison that didn't deserve to be in prison, and you had the key, what would you do?
Let them out.
Let them out. You guys, I can pretty much guarantee there are people in this hotel that are in prison right now. The prison of their life, the prison of their mind, and you have the key. But I don't want to be pushy.
Gracefully serve.
Who said that? Gracefully serve. Gracefully assertive. Ooh, I like those both. Yeah. Gracefully, assertively serve. Be the blessing. I don't know enough. I don't know enough. Hey, turn that around. I learned enough because I just want a TSA and help their pet. I'm too scared. I'm too scared, and that's a real common one. You guys, that is one that, again, 99% of the people, including myself, experience that little nervousness. Guess what finishes it? What stops that nervousness?
Will.
Doing it. Yes, doing it. It's the only thing that will stop it. The only thing. Instead, the winner talk is, I will act in spite of my fear. It only takes 20 seconds. 20 seconds of courage. But you guys let that 20 seconds get in your way. Your loser talk keeps you where you are. 20 seconds of courage to pick up the 20 seconds. Where's Elka? Is she in here? Elka. Talk about 20 seconds of courage in 2 seconds. What did it do? It changed my whole business. It changed her whole business. 20, this is a 1-star VP. 20 seconds of courage. Can you guys do anything for 20 seconds? Yeah. some of the most successful people are the ones that will take your business to the next level. And when I was in the field, one of my most successful stories was multi-millionaire couple. When they know how to make money, they see the vision very, very quickly. So don't overlook someone who is too poor, like Charlie. Some of you leaders heard about Charlie at Leader Day. And don't overlook somebody who, in your mind, is too successful. Somehow it fills a need. The multi-millionaire, the lady told me, I want something that I built. That I built from the ground. They'll think I'm crazy. That's loser talk. Loser talk. Think and switch, flip that script to they will be grateful that I mentioned pottery. So think about what your self-talk is and start working on the 20 seconds of courage, flipping that script. So let me tell you, what if I could give you something that would help you to remember when you had negative self-talk and flip the script? It's a very, very expensive, extremely expensive sponsoring tool. Who would want it? Y'all don't act very excited about it. So, can we please hand out the very expensive sponsoring tools?
Pass them around.
Yes. So on your sponsoring tool, it says, I am a dream builder. Because every time you talk to someone about this business, you are a dream builder. You like them? I've got them at Tiffany's, the pottery Tiffany's. Pot Tiffany. Yeah, they came Pot Tiffany. Okay, so listen up. Y'all want me to keep going? Yeah. All right. So I want you to wear this all the time as a reminder that somebody is waiting on you to build their dream. And when you hear those thoughts, you need to snap out of it. So I want everybody to just take their finger gently. You don't have to go. Take your finger gently and just snap it. That is a reminder to you, snap out of it. And replace that with a winner thought. Go from loser thought to winner thought. Right? So replace the negative thought with a positive thought. So let's talk about the how. We've spent, a lot of time talking about the will, because it's 90% of your success is based on your why and on your will. But there is some skill involved. So let's talk about the skill. Contact list. Leslie referred a little bit to this yesterday. So I want to share some experiences with you because, yes, times have changed, and we all say, oh, well, my list is in my phone, my list is in my Facebook Messenger, I get that. And do you guys want to be successful, or do you want to take the easy way?
Successful.
You do. You want to be successful. So it takes a system to be successful. It takes a system to be successful. So anytime somebody comes to me and says, because this has happened, Melissa, I am just stuck. How many of you have ever felt stuck in your business? business? It happens. It's normal. It's part of the process. Melissa, I'm just stuck. I just don't know what to do. Did that happen? Okay. There's a little bit of laugh going on here. I'm just stuck. I don't know what to do. Okay. Let's talk about your list. Where's your list? Yeah. I mean a list. You guys actually have to use the skill of writing. I know it's hard, but it can be typed, right? But you need a specific contact list. Otherwise, you will not be intentional with your business. You'll be, I'll see what happens. Tammy calls those the happy wanderers. I'm just going to go through, see who pops into my aura. Right? No, you be intentional.
Right.
You say, who am I going to speak with this week? If you don't have your list in front of you all the time, you're like, I can look on my phone and decide, yes. Do you want it easy or do you want to be successful? You want to be successful. So if any of you guys say, I'm stuck, I'm going to say, take a picture of your list. I want to see your list. It's really important to be intentionally decisive about your contacts. So, I think I said the word intentional about 50 times. Here's another one. Should I lead with the product or the business?
Business. Both.
Both.
Balance.
A balanced message. Some of us are more comfortable leading with the business. Is that okay? Yes. Some of us are more comfortable leading with the product. Is that okay? Yes. Are there times when you're leading with the product that you need to talk about the opportunity?
Yes.
And how many times is that?
Every
time. You guys, Roger's so proud. I can just see Bigman somewhere. He's backstage. Every single time. Just because you lead with the product does not mean you don't talk about the opportunity or the business. It does not mean that. And when you lead, obviously, with the business, if you sponsor and they don't sell any product, what do you have? A dud.
Nothing.
Right? So you can lead with the business, you can lead with the product. We're going to talk about the how of both of those. So let's talk about TSA. How do you lead with TSA? And for those of you who aren't sure what TSA is, what is T?
Talk.
What is S?
Share.
What is A?
Ask.
I love it. Love it. So you guys have talk, share, ask. It's as simple as when you ask, simply say, before we place your order, I'm wondering if you ever thought about earning an income doing what I do. Well, I don't really know. Well, let's take a look. Because you can even earn an income from your own orders. I have found the key phrase, and I was so happy to hear Leslie say it yesterday. The key phrase is take a look.
Yeah.
Just take a look. You are not selling someone into the business. Remember that. You're not twisting arms. That's not what we are about. You are showing someone a way out. So, what if they say yes? Oh my gosh! Some of y'all crack me up there. You act like really surprised when somebody says yes. It's like, they said yes! Right? We just get excited. So what if they say yes? We have set the Become a Pet Pro page up for you so you basically don't even have to know anything. Let's just go to the Become a Pet Pro page. Boom, 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 boom. Woo! Simply go right through the Become a Pet Pro page. But better yet, or you can do what? What you learned yesterday?
Three-way calling.
Three-way calling. Wait, I have a great idea. Right?
Right.
Pick up that phone, get that upline leader on there, and what's that upline leader gonna share? Their story. They're gonna share their story, right? So, what if they say, do you like, just say, okay, just forget about it? Yes, who said that? Elizabeth. Awesome. You ask for a referral. Great. You still get a new customer and you get a referral. Oops. Who do you know? Thank you for being my customer. Let me know. I'll probably reach out from you to time and see if things have changed. In the meantime, who do you know that would love a free sample? Who do you know that's successful, business-minded, and influential? That's who I'm looking for. So you ask for that referral. Let's talk about leading with the business. See, in our 1+5 training, the one is what? What's the one? A pet pro. So the one is a pet pro. You're asking your new pet pro to immediately identify who they would love to work with. So with those people, you can lead with the business. And simply, immediately help your new pet pro to identify, choose the best reach out method, not necessarily the easiest. What's the easiest? Text.
Facebook, even better.
Facebook. How effective did Leslie say those were? Not very. There are times, again, I want to emphasize that you definitely use them. How I use them is to build that relationship. Start building relationships. And then, hey, you know what? It just dawned on me. I'm looking for successful, influential, business-minded people. And you're right in front of me. I would love for you to take a look. May not be a fit. Now see, Leslie gave you some specific words to say. My words are saying the exact same thing with my personality. You guys will do the same thing. You have the exact words to say. You put your personality in there. Might not be a fit for you. If not, I'm sure you can direct me to someone who it will be a fit for. Would love for you to just take a look at it. How long did that take again?
10 seconds.
Yes. What was the hardest part was getting the 20 seconds of courage to pick up the 500,000-pound phone. Right? So choose the best reach out method so you can go the fastest, and you will duplicate that. Your people, again, will duplicate what you do. The best methods require a personal conversation. How many of you all married your spouse without ever having a personal conversation? I'm still looking for a hand to be raised at some point when I ask that question. So why do we think that relationships can be built electronically? Relationships can start electronically, but they can't be built electronically. You actually have to have that conversation. So again, magic words, invite them to take a look. Okay, this is Melissa. You have just a couple of minutes. Great. How are things going? Listen, because sometimes they'll tell you exactly how things are going. Things are, I'm just so busy. Do you have a solution for someone someone who's busy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you always want to be this busy?
Do you always want to be this busy? I might have a solution for you. I have a business that actually creates. How many of you guys have had money, made money while you're sleeping? Yeah. How many of you guys have ever had a pet pro pop onto your team and you didn't even know it was happening? Pretty cool, huh? Did you see that? Are you guys awake?
Yes.
All right. Just making sure. So use the magic words. Just take a look. Who out there has forever babies?
Forever maybe.
Maybe I'll do it. So I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to teach you something today that's really fun to get rid of forever babies. So first off, we're always worried about the clothes. Getting the clothes is nothing more than getting a decision. That's it. You don't have to be a fancy salesperson. And there are fancy salespeople out there that will totally disagree with what I'm telling you. This is what has worked for me, and I have seen it work for most people who are not fancy salespeople, right? So, you've seen it all. What do you think? Do I really want to know what they think? Is that, yeah, dude. Yeah. Because if they don't like it, I'm not going to twist their arm.
Right.
What do you think? Well, I have some questions. Great. Let's answer your questions. I don't think it's for me. Great. I appreciate your time. Who do you know that's successful, influential, and business-minded? See, I kind of like that. Did you see what I did there? I basically just said, well, obviously, you are successful, influential, or business-minded. Take your power back.
That's right.
Take your power back. You do not need them.
They need us.
They need you.
That's right.
You know, see, we think Roger's the CEO. He's the CEO of Pottery. Who's the CEO of your business?
Me.
Thank you. When will you start acting like the CEO of your business?
Right now.
Take your power. You are very powerful people. You've made excellent decisions, excellent choices. You run your business. Not everybody is meant for this business. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. So, sort, don't sell. It doesn't do any good to sell them in the business. Tell me what happens when you sell somebody into the business.
They do nothing.
They don't do a darn thing but waste your time. You're moving fast. Is it going to slow you down or speed you up?
Slow you down.
Right. Move fast. You don't need them. SW, 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 SW. Some will, some won't. So what? Some are waiting. And you're spending all your time trying to, you know, turn a frog into a prince over here, and he's still just going to be a frog. You're missing the other frogs out there that will be princes. So let's talk about the forever babies. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this. I'm going to cure you of the forever babies if you guys will actually do this. It works. I've done it for 25 years, probably a little bit more. It works. Here's what you say. Well, I have to think about it. They say I have to think about it. Great. What is it specifically? Just want to know that you want to think about. You're gathering information. What is it specifically that you want to think about? Well, I just kind of have to process. And if they do have something specifically, they'll tell you, and then you can address it right there. Most of the time, it's just like, oh, they just got to back away. Well, I just need to think about it. Here's what you say. You may want to write this down because I don't have a slide. Great. I love working with people who take the time to make good decisions. I am glad you guys don't have to do shorthand. I want to think about it too. And you say this nicely. It's not like, it's like, I love working with people that make good decisions. I want to think about it too. Let's make sure this is a good fit. Now, here's the important part. Today is Saturday. Is today Saturday? Yeah. It's like your pawFest is all over. Today is Saturday. We're talking. I think a reasonable time to think about it is 24 to 48 hours. So let's touch base on Tuesday morning. When would be a good time for us to touch base on Tuesday? So, what do you guys think about that? I want to hear.
Love it.
Love it? You're sorting. Are you in or you out? You get 40 hours, think about it. Boom. I'm moving on. You are not begging them. If you beg them to get in, you're begging them to, you'll have to beg them for the rest of your life. They don't have the will. They don't have the desire. Sorting, not convincing. Absolutely, Tracy.
But now I kind of want to be on your team because what if you don't like me? I want you to like me, can't you?
Yes.
I want you to want me on your team now.
Yes.
I want to be on your team.
Is it more powerful to say, okay, think about it, I'll call you later, and then meanwhile what happens?
No, they don't think about
Nothing. Do you think they really go home and think about it?
No.
No. No. So 24 to 48 hours, and then at that point you follow. What happens if they don't pick up and don't answer the phone?
They don't know how to do it.
What?
They've decided.
Move on. Next. Leave a message. Hey, just wanted to follow up. I thought we were connecting today. It looks like you may have made a decision. Maybe we can chat sometime in the future. Next. We get so caught up in our limiting belief that we have to have everybody has to say yes. We get so caught up in that. How many of you guys worry about running